Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Hi, Ellion. I said last time that I would do something about his gear, and as you can hopefully see, I have done so. We have a nice fancy new robe that is befitting his new status as a black mage, and the rest of his stuff's decent. The shield could be better, but it's all pink and special, and I got it from a dungeon, so yay! I, the fairy docked at the base of this hill, will carry you across the lake to the east shroud. How fortuitous that's actually where we're going. Once you're ashore, head due east, and you should find the Hawthorn hut without much trouble. Okay then, the Hawthorns are a most welcoming folk who've shown us no small measure of goodwill. Still, a bit of courtesy goes a long way. I would encourage you to stop by Fullflower Combe and introduce yourself to Rosa before you travel on. Alright. Fair enough. Yet another fetch quest, and I can clearly see how gates work. But it's fine. It's adding flavor. Let's talk to Romaric. We're heading to Sweet Bloom Pier. The lavender beds are actually the housing district. I happen to be heading across the lake to Sweet Bloom Pier in the East Shroud. That happens to be where I'm going, so let's happen across it then. Alright, so we're continuing on with the main storyline. Now that we've unlocked Black Mage, we can move forward again. We're headed toward the Sylphs. We need to talk to one of the beast tribes, and these folks have the very peculiar status of actually being rather friendly. So it's going to be like our first introduction to beast tribes that aren't trying to murder us at first glance, which is a nice change of pace. Eventually we will come across some conflict, but that's the nature of the beast, I suppose. If we didn't have conflict in a game like this, then what would we do? Well, there's plenty of stuff to do, actually. Crafting and fishing and gathering plants. An adventurer! Thank the 12. Praise the 12. Thank the 12. You couldn't have come at a more opportune time. Please, you must help us. Must I? Why, it's our bees! The poor little dears are under attack by a murderous swarm of hornets. Oh, no. These bees are our livelihood. We must save them! Alright. Like, a lot of the time, I get the feeling that these main scenario quests, like, well, one, I'm pretty sure that they're built up, clearly so that we actually don't have to do any sort of grinding at all. Whereas I've done a fair amount of it, actually, because we're a fair stretch above the level we're supposed to be right now. That's probably what this is for. Because it's easy to look at quests like this in an MMO and wonder, what is the point to just killing hornets? What does this have to do with the story? Why is this connected to the Sylphs? Why would we need to do this? It's probably to give us a little boost, experience-wise, to keep us on track. And granted, there are still some quests where it's just kind of ridiculous. This one actually does... I'm not going to say it tries my patience, because it doesn't. I'm fine with it kind of stuff, especially considering just how quick it is. This is not taking very long at all. But it does beg the question, why? There's an easier way to do this. But anyway, thank you, friend. Finally, our bees can make their honey in peace. I knew you were 12 cent the moment I laid eyes upon you. You travel to our hut, you say, and would speak with the serpent officer there. There is one who goes by Amelane. He's a sentry at Jocelyn's Spire, but makes regular excursions to our hut. He's quite enamored of our honey and the tales of my husband Rolf, though I've found him to be tight-lipped around those he's unfamiliar with. That's not good for us, then. Yeah, that's what this one's about. Oh, no, I know what we might try. Why don't you take a jar of fresh honey to him? I reckon you'll find him more than talkative then. Oh, maybe that's what this one's about. It's about ingratiating ourselves to the locals. Just a quick little thing to show that we're trustworthy and whatnot, and then, well, that allows us to move forward with impunity. Maybe that's it. Let's use this one. Why not? Yay! I don't believe I've talked about this mount before. This is one of the earliest mounts you can unlock. You have to have 3 months of subscription time, or 90 days, to unlock this creepy little guy. And I like the way Ellion rides him. He's just kind of laying there flat on his, I was going to say on his back, but actually that's not his back. It's the top of his head, isn't it? And I'm pretty sure next patch, yeah, look at that little thing. Actually, it looks kind of fitting. When I think about it, the whole, dark and mysterious but strangely adorable thing that Ellion's got going, the mount kind of fits that. But anyway, I think next patch he's going to be able to fly. Once we reach the Heavensward content and we can actually fly around, so that'll be cool. But Ameline, indeed, I am Ameline of the Twin well, I know that. It says that on top of your head. Your face is unfamiliar to... You have a present for me. Yes, we do. I don't know why we need one. We could just say we were ordered to talk to you. But anyway, a jar of roses honey, and freshly harvested to boot. You certainly know how to make a first impression, friend. Well, it's kind of what I do. Oh, so you were the adventurer of whom the commanders... Yes, I am. Do forgive me for being curt. My stomach was rumbling something fierce. My word, this honey, like liquid gold. Forgive me. You have come to discuss not honey, but sylphs. For all their whimsy, they are a wary lot, particularly since the Empire has come to the Shroud. Earn their trust, however, and they're as friendly as any folk. They have their quirks, but so do we all, no? Clearly. Yeah, I'd say so. That's fair. Would you know more, you'd do well to speak to Rose's husband here, Rolf. He's forgotten more about the Sylphs than I'll ever know. Pardon me about that. That was my cat deciding it was the right time to just hop down off of my desk. Anyway, so, alright, this one's done. I'm not so sure about that one. It could have been just as easy to just tell him that, hey, we're here on orders, so tell us what we need to... Anyway, whatever. Let's talk to Rolf Hawthorne. Come to learn a thing or two about Sylphs, have you? I'll tell you one thing, they're peculiar folk. How peculiar, you ask? Well, just let me tell you. Beg pardon, friend, my memory's just not what it used to be. I've seen much and more in my adventuring days, and it's all a clutter in my noggin now. Though I've shared my stories with those around the hut before, you might have more luck with them. Well, certainly with a shot, I suppose. Let's talk to Isabel then. What you gotta say? I'm gonna climb up here on your oven. The Sylphs? Yes, Father's told me his stories plenty of times. What I've always found most captivating is how their concept of etiquette is almost completely alien to our own. That's actually very important to know, if I'm playing foreign dignitary anyway. You do best not to underestimate them on account of their childlike looks, lest your face end up a mess of glyphs, squiggles, and chocobo scratches. Sounds like Jigglypuff from the Pokemon anime, but multiplied by, at least 100? I would assume, if it's a Beastman tribe, then clearly there's a number of them, I would assume. Alright. So that's one thing we know about them now. They are alien. Do I have this one? Yes, I do. Okay. The Sylphs? Inveterate tricksters and troublemakers, that's what they are. One day they're drawing marble faces on our masks, the next they're sending our young sentries falling to the bottom of a ravine. Tell them to stop and they just laugh at you. Rolf claims they harbor no ill will, but I dare say such pranks are no laughing matter. Alright, so, they don't know their own strength? Or cunning, I suppose? The quickest way to a quiver woman's heart might be through her stomach, But don't even think of trying to foist your foodstuffs on a sylph. They sustain themselves simply by bathing in the sun. Or so Rolf once told me. So they are like plants. Alright. Fair enough. Interesting. Okay, so we've heard that before. Ida told us that. But this is adding a little bit to our understanding. Of course. Hearing your stories, well, my stories, has brought the memories flooding back to me. I feel like dancing. Sure, alright. Yes, nothing brings people together quite like a little toe-tapping. A sylph told me long ago that dancing is a time-honored greeting among their kind. You do well to remember this. It just may help win the favor of our forest friends. So we have to dance for them. Dance, puppet, dance. Alright, well, fair enough. Alright, next up, let's see what we got. I like those little shoes Ellion's got. Anyway, oh, still here. Great! There's one more thing you should know about the Sylphs. They don't take kindly to guests who show up empty-handed. To one that trusts you, to do well to bring along, Drat, what was it again? And Rosa and I were speaking of the matter not days ago. Well, your memory is shot, isn't it? Forgive me, friend. Speak to Rosa at the comb. Her memory should prove more reliable than mine own. I'd certainly hope so. Yours seems scattered at best. So we're heading back to our previous destination. We need to speak to Rosa again. So let's do that. We'll see what we should get our little green-tinged, leafy friends to ingratiate ourselves. And we'll also use this. Yes. I love the juxtaposition here. This is the biggest mount I have. And Ellion is just tiny, and it's perfect. I love it. Absolutely love it. Although, the weird thing about big mounts like this one, and it's something I've noticed in general, is that the way that they move makes it feel, at least to me, and I could just be insane, but it feels to me like they're moving more slowly than different sorts of mounts, like chocobos, for example, that seem to actually be running faster. When actually, they're the same speed, it's just they're moving more slowly because they're bigger. They don't have to... okay. Peace offering for the Sylphs. I'd give you another jar of my honey, but I fear that wouldn't get you past their front doorstep, dear. No, their tastes run more to the unusual. Excellent. Well, that doesn't surprise me. You're perchance familiar with milk root. That's what we call the root of that most fiendish seedkin, the ochu. When chewed, it exudes a cloudy liquid that's said to induce curious visions in the imbiber. You'd not catch me dead trying the stuff, but the Sylphs seem to enjoy it to no end. So they're into drugs, alright. I've not seen an ocho around the comb in quite some time, but I did encounter a suspicious clump of grass the other day. Were you to stimulate it somehow? With some of this amber syrup, for example. You might be surprised at what comes out. Good luck. Gee, I wonder what'll come out if we do this thing. That seems completely random. I wonder. Alright, so like I was saying, the certain other mounts, if they're smaller, their legs are smaller, they seem to run, whereas the behemoth, considering how big it is just kind of walking. It kind of seems like they're moving more slowly, and that's not the case, but unfortunately it gets stuck in my head sometimes, and I'm like, I want to ride a faster mount. And so I end up going for one of the other ones, even though I spent 9 months waiting for the behemoth. It's a weird thing that I really should get used to so that I can get over it, because it's really convoluted and kind of stupid, but, you know. What are we if not convoluted and stupid? Answer that. Alright, so now... Oh, okay. We're not going back to her. We need to go back to Rolf and tell him that we found it. Because that was hard. Well, okay. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm upset that that wasn't hard. I mean, a lot of this stuff is just busy work. You know? and it's just adding a little bit of flavor. We're doing a little, running around, but if it took too long, if we had to fight a bunch of Ochus and hope for the drop and then, do things that way like an old school MMO might, I think this would get boring really fast, but thankfully this was actually relatively simple. So, you're back. Was my wife able to direct you to a suitable offering? Yes, this thing, whatever this milk root. But of course, those Sylphs quaff that cloudy stuff as quick as I do a flagon of mead. The effect's just about the same as well. Ha! You're a drunkard. That's why you can't remember anything. Any road, a gift of milk root will have the Sylphs calling you friend and brother the moment they lay eyes on it. Let me wrap that up for you. I'm starting to feel woozy. Maybe it's the flagons of mead? I don't know. So, okay, we're done here, and then back again. He's gift wrapped in my offering, and that's done, I suppose. I've taken the liberty of wrapping your milk root well and good. This should keep it nice and fresh, not to mention spare you from that god's awful stench. Oh, it smells. Excellent. Lovely. Beautiful. The Sylphs love the stuff, but me, I'd rather bury my nose in chocobo dung. I dare say the reek even rivals the breath of the Morbol that put an end to my adventuring days. Oh, so that's what it was. Maybe that's why your memory sucks. But I can tell you that story another time. You've more important matters to attend to today, yes? The Sylphs are an eccentric bunch, but I've shared their company enough to know they're kind at heart. They'll not shun one whose intentions are true. I certainly hope my intentions are true enough for them. May your parley be a fruitful one, friend. And do stop by on your return. There's a flagon of full flower mead with your name on it if you'd regale me with your adventuring tales. Oh, alright. That begs the question on whether he drinks, actually. And before I forget, don't go traipsing off just yet. Ameline here would have a word with you. Travel in safety, friend, and do pass along my regards to the winged ones. Winged ones, is it? Alright, well, fair enough. I'm pretty sure the quest won't let us go forward unless we do talk to Ameline, so no problem there. Hello. It's good to see your knowledge of Sylphic culture has matured. I see no reason to delay your mission any further. Alright, good. Upon your arrival at Little Solace, seek out a young Sylph by the name of Camuxio. He served as an intermediary between our peoples on many an occasion, and has the close ear of his tribe's elder. See the Hawthorns furnish you with some of the malodorous root the Sylphs so adore? I have something of far greater import for you to deliver, a missive from the elder seed seer herself. Well, actually, he didn't furnish me with anything, I got it, but to summarize the letter's contents in brief, it vouches for the integrity of our envoy, that will be you, and restates Gridania's desire to maintain a harmonious relationship with our long-standing friends of the forest. The war with the Exile has taken a toll on our resources. We can ill afford to get mired in another conflict. I need not impress upon you any further the importance of this mission. May the 12 see you return with good tidings. Alright then. Well, there we go, and Little Solace is right over there. And that will be the opening quest to our new hub, I suppose. We're going to be there for a little while, but actually, we're going to end this episode here, I do believe. Is this how it's going to... Yeah, there we go. Alright, so we're going to let Ellion sit here and enjoy, looks like he's got some tea right there. And we're going to pick up next time at Little Solace. Whoops. Anyway. Oh, look at that. There we go. Look at his little shoes. I like those shoes. Anyway, we're going to cap off the episode here, so hopefully you enjoyed this little foray into Sylphic culture, and we'll delve deeper next time. Bye-bye.